Good morning. It is Friday, July the 17th, and I hope that you've had a good night and you'll have a good day today. Being a former health and PE major, I am very acute in my awareness of fitness, and it's going to be hot today. And even if you don't get outside today, you need to hydrate. Be sure to drink a lot of water. So that's my encouragement for you today from a fitness standpoint. And that's kind of what I want to talk to you about, is being encouraging and being a witness for Christ every day. If you look in Colossians chapter 1, verses 9 and 10, Colossians chapter 1, verses 9 and 10, you wonder why I'm smiling today? I'm about to tell you in just a second. And so from the day we heard, we have not ceased to pray for you, asking that you may be filled with the knowledge of his will and all spiritual wisdom and understanding, so as to walk in a manner worthy of the Lord, fully pleasing to him, bearing fruit in every good work, and increasing in the knowledge of God. When I went on staff at First Baptist Church in Mableton, I was their associate pastor for youth and education at the beginning, and then we hired an education guy later. But the first morning I was there, I walked out of my office, and in order to go to the restroom, I had to walk out of the office and go down the hall a good ways towards the youth room where the bathrooms were. And I walked out into the hallway and I hear this guy singing. He is having his own worship service early in the morning on a Monday morning and praising the Lord, lifting up the roof. I mean, it was awesome. And I was thinking, where is this coming from? It's got to be a recording or something. Somebody's in the building. I get down to the bathroom, and our janitor, who I'd not met yet, his name was Lewis Brown. Lewis introduces himself, and he tells me, he says, "You must be Brother Danny." And I said, "I am." "You're the new youth guy." "Yeah." And he said, "I've been praying for you." And I've never laid eyes on this guy until that morning. And I said, "Well, Lewis, thank you. It's good to meet you." And I said, he was in there cleaning toilets and urinals and was singing the roof off, praising God. And I said, "Was that you singing?" He said, "Yes. I do this every day, especially when I'm working." And I got to know him a little bit. He'd been there for about 30 years, I think. And he was famous for singing around the church. He could be vacuuming the sanctuary or cleaning a bathroom, and you'd hear him praising the Lord at the top of his voice, singing. Now, I'm not talking about just going through the motions. I mean, putting his heart and his soul into it. And I told him often, I said, "Man, you encouraged me this morning. You've helped me wake up." And I thought about Lewis this morning when I got up. Lewis was an older gentleman at that time, and I'm sure he's probably into heaven now. But if he is, man, he's singing up a storm. But he loved the Lord Jesus Christ, and it showed in his work when he was cleaning the toilet, when he was vacuuming the sanctuary, when he was carrying something out for us to the trash, singing all the way to the trash can. It was a great witness. And I miss Lewis after we moved from there. The last day I was there, I found him and I said, "Lewis, you've been such a blessing to me, and I'm going to miss you." And he said, "I'm going to miss you too, brother." A few years later, we went back by there one time when we were close, walked in the building, there he was singing. And I just walked down the hall and just listened. And when he came out of the bathroom, I was standing there and he said, "My brother," gave me a hug. He was just a wonderful guy, always encouraging, always looking to live what this says right here, bearing fruit in every good work and pleasing and increasing in the knowledge of God, fully pleasing to God. I want to encourage you to do that today. There was another man in that church. He had cerebral palsy. His name was Henry Braden. You've heard me probably talk about him every now and then, but whenever we get back to normal, and I shake hands at the door with you, and as you leave, I tell you, "Y'all be good, and I'll do the best I can." That comes from Henry. Henry had cerebral palsy. He encouraged me every Sunday. Every Sunday. It didn't matter what was going on in his life. He said, "You be good, and I'll do the best I can." And I thought, this man with cerebral palsy, who often walked to church, that was his attitude. He just wanted to please the Lord. Lord gloriously saved Henry. He told me his salvation story one time, and he was just crying. And I always remember, Henry, you be good and I'll do the best I can. So that's my encouragement for you today. As you read, walking in a manner worthy of the Lord, fully pleasing to him, bearing fruit in every good work, increasing in the knowledge of God. I hope you'll be a Lewis and a Henry to somebody today. Worship the Lord today as you go about your business and let it reflect to somebody else. Encourage somebody to be good, and I'll do the best I can. That's what I'm going to do today. I hope y'all have a good day. Y'all get ready for Sunday, and we will see you next time, Lord willing. God bless you.